Hello, I'm PVS Giridhar, Senior Advocate. I've been a lawyer from 1987 with 37 years of experience. I was designated a Senior Advocate in January 2023. Till then, I was running a law firm which is called PVS Giridhar Associates, with about 15 lawyers. And much of my work as a lawyer was occupied by administering the firm and ensuring that clients were happy and such other routine functions. So what I did as a lawyer, arguing in courts, advising clients and reading my briefs, was probably only 40% of the time. As a senior advocate, you don't have to attend to all those administrative and client-related functions because you are engaged by a lawyer, not by a client. Now, that frees up considerable time for core legal work, which means you can go deep into the subject and research the matter. You also get considerable assistance from lawyers assisting you. So you can actually go deep into a subject matter and argue well. The second aspect is you're briefed by a wide variety of lawyers and a wide variety of cases. Every case that comes to me is different from every other case. So you get to do cases in various jurisdictions and various branches of law, which is really delightful. Thirdly, I work with lawyers in different areas of specialization, from IBC to DRT to oil and gas industry to arbitrations, even mediations, intellectual property and so on, in Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Amaravati, which is Andhra Pradesh High Court, and so on. Now, they come from different cultural backgrounds, not just as in regular culture, but legal cultures also. So, when they are briefing me, it's very interesting. There are diverse perspectives. So, it's also a learning experience for me. The last part is, I find after becoming a senior counsel, that there's a huge responsibility resting on your shoulders because people look up to you, including courts. Courts, in fact, look to us for guidance. There are many courts in which I have appeared where the judge says, please guide us on this, where you don't have responsibility just to the client, but to the court and the law itself. That's the interesting part of being a senior advocate. But I always collaborate with the lawyer who is briefing me. There are different kinds of lawyers. There are some lawyers who are thoroughly prepared, particularly in Delhi, and when they brief you, they are already on top of the case. So you can just read the papers and listen to them and go and argue almost after making some minor notes. They in fact prepare the briefs for you. There are other lawyers who are not so well prepared. So I'll have to do the first reading and my team has to do the research, and then I discuss with them and collaborate. Then there are lawyers who come to me for opinion, for chamber work, and also for designing the strategy of a case. Those are exciting briefs where they engage with you. We discuss the client's needs, where he or she is situated, and what they want to achieve, and then craft the legal strategy accordingly. That's the exciting part of being a senior lawyer and working with other lawyers. Arguing a case in a manner that convinces the court of my case and the legal rights of my client and the legality of my clients. For that, I am generally well prepared. I read deeply into and marshal the facts apart from the applicable law and formulate legal issues for argument. That is my specialty, I believe. So, unlike in movies, we are not out to intimidate anybody. It's more to impress the judge and ensure that I get a good hearing. That's what lawyer's role is. And if I do that, then I would have done my client a service. Well, the reason, apart from 37 years of legal practice, I've practiced in a variety of courts, from Supreme Court to City Civil Court. I practice commercial law, corporate law in particular, practice in various tribunals like the NCLT, DRT, NGT, and so on. I've also done cases in Malaysia and Singapore and worked with lawyers abroad, including lawyers in Australia and USA and Canada, collaborated with them on various legal cases which have international ramifications. I've also done cases pertaining to intellectual property, particularly patents and trademarks. So when you do a variety of cases in variety of disciplines and variety of forums, that I think gives a measure of confidence that you can handle anything. My specialized domain has been oil and gas industry for the last 15 years or so. I have represented several oil and gas companies in the public sector. And what excites me about oil and gas is it is an interdisciplinary field, and we operate at the intersection of the technical, scientific engineering and law. For instance, doing an arbitration in oil and gas industry, you have something like 7 or 8 volumes of 700 pages each. It can be forbidding, but once you get into the pages and try and understand the entire law, case, it's very exciting. And formulating legal arguments and the legal issues in such a case is a real challenge, and I enjoy every bit of it. The other aspect of oil and gas industry is that apart from contractual issues, there are constitutional issues as well, like the public trust doctrine, since it's a valuable resource, national resource. So when you operate at the intersection of different branches of law, and there's a branch of law which gives scope for such an intersectionality, it's very exciting. And that is what I love about oil and gas industry. Certainly I enjoy teaching. I teach at the Nalsar Law University, at the National Police Academy, the Hidayatullah National Law University, and others. I teach intellectual property law. I teach clinical practice law. I also teach contracts, and particularly I teach a course on oil and gas industry, law relating to oil and gas industry, which has become very popular. In fact, the PNGRB, which is the Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board, which is a